So this is the introduction for ecology. For this section, we will be talking about the branch of biology that deals with the relations of organisms to one another and their physical surroundings. So this means that the animals that are interacting with other species and other networks of systems. So this is a large part of what goes on in our daily lives and how animals survive in their environments. So these are some of the standards that it covers. It deals with, like I just said earlier, their ability to survive. It also talks about the environment that needs to meet their needs as an animal, as an organism. It also deals with the relationship between the needs of the plants and animals, how other organisms survive and how they don't survive. Um, it also has to do with the changes in the environment and how that affects the living conditions of the animals, um, and so on from there. Next is a large portion of this topic is about the levels of organization of how things live. So an individual is just the one individual organism by itself. Um, Next is the population, and the population is a group of organisms of one type that live in the same area. So an example of this would be all the koi fish that live in English Springs Pond. So that's a specific region. Next is community, and it's the populations that live together in a defined area. So then, going off that pond example, you could add the algae and the other living organisms in that system. Next, it talks about the ecosystem, and it's a community of non-living surroundings also. So the rocks that are in that pond, the sand that's at the bottom, or the dirt that's at the bottom. So it encompasses that as well. Also, it has to do with the biosphere, which is the part of the earth that contains all the ecosystem. So this is on a really large, grand scheme. And so again, the ecology is the scientific analysis and study of interactions among organisms and their environment, such as the interactions organisms have with each other and with their environment. So this is a picture of two lions eating what I can assume to be another animal. It looks like there might be a horn there. So they're in their environment, in their surroundings, they have to deal with hunting and eating their prey. So this is something that how their ecosystem works and how their life cycle and how they learn to survive. So these are some of the things that we'll talk about in this section as you go through. All right, there you go.